We are all experiencing an unprecedented time in our lives right now. The level of uncertainty, anxiety, and fear can be overpowering as we learn to navigate in our new world, all doing our part, whether it be social distancing, staying home, and abiding by federal guidelines. There are so many on the front lines who are battling a war against an invisible enemy. Being on the front lines can place a person's physical and mental health in jeopardy. A team of professionals has come together and created a program called Resilient Minds on the Front Lines to bring tools, knowledge, skills, and instruction to assist in a time of need. This team is dedicated to helping those who help others. On today's webcast, our guest speaker is Dimitri Collins, captain at the Camden County, New Jersey Department of Corrections. Dimitri talks about the importance of teamwork and how we can achieve more when we put aside individual agendas and work together. Your hosts for today's webcasts are Master Resiliency Instructor Michael Pellegrino and Dr. Kate Tumulty-Felice, Professor of Education and Psychology and Coordinator of Education Programs.
Resilient Minds on the Front Lines was created to bring you 15 minutes of hope in a world turned upside down. The topics in our webcasts are all meant to help those on the front lines help themselves and others. Today, Dimitri Collins talks about teamwork and how important it is to be confident in yourself and your own ability before you can help someone else. Dimitri also emphasizes the leader of a team sets the tone for collaboration to flourish within the team. Be safe, be healthy, be resilient.
Hi, I'm Dimitri Collins, and I'm a County Corrections Police Captain for Camden County Department of Corrections in New Jersey, and the author of Transitioning into Leadership, The Blueprint. I'm honored to be a part of the Resilient Minds on the Front Lines team, and I want to talk to you today about the impact and importance of teamwork. Sometimes the struggle with getting individuals to work as a team is that team members are competing instead of collaborating. Team members create obstacles that get in the way of teamwork by solely focusing on their own pursuits and goals. They hoard information and distance themselves and avoid collaboration because they believe that being the only person who's able to do a particular job or task will protect their position. However, it only stunts the readiness and growth of the organization. Let me give you an example of what I mean. A team of 35 employees came together for a team building exercise. They were very talented and enthusiastic. However, one big problem was that they wouldn't share information or solutions with each other. They were each very focused on their own individual agendas and goals, so the leader of the team set out to teach them the importance of teamwork. The 35 individuals were taken into a big room filled with colorful balloons, and they each had to write their name on one balloon. Then the balloons were kicked around and mixed up, and the 35 individuals were then told to find a balloon with their own name on it. After about 15 minutes of searching, not one single person had found their balloon. The team was then told to find any balloon in the room with a name on it and to give it to the person it belonged to. Then, within a few minutes, every member of the team had their balloon with their own name on it. Through this simple practical exercise, they realized that they were better off working as a team than working as individuals. So we shouldn't worry about trying to get all the shine as an individual because it could cause our team to fail. Instead, we should focus on our part of the whole. I know that this is sometimes easier said than done because teams often consist of a variety of conflicting personalities and styles, sometimes making teamwork in a workplace difficult. And getting to a point in which the team can collaborate and work in harmony takes time. Recently, I read a story about teamwork originally told by Steve Jobs. He told the story of a widowed man in his 80s who lived up the street from him when he was a kid. And one day, the older man pulled out a dusty old rock tumbler that consisted of a motor and a coffee can with a little band between them. He then invited Steve Jobs back to his backyard, where they collected some very regular and old ugly rocks. They put them in a can with a little bit of liquid, some grit powder, and the old man then closed the can, turned the motor on, and told Steve to come back the next day. Jobs remembered the stones making a lot of noise as they bumped around in that can. When he came back the next day and he opened the can and took the rocks out, the rocks were amazingly beautiful and polished. The same common stones that had gone in through bumping against each other, creating a little bit of friction and creating a little bit of noise, had come out as beautifully polished rocks. Teams, Jobs stated, are like these stones. Individually, we can be fairly normal, ordinary, and even a bit rough, but through the process of teamwork, we can end up in a very different state. Teams consisting of incredibly talented people who are passionate and who are working hard towards something often ends up bumping up against each other, arguing, sometimes fighting and making some noise, but by working together, they polish one another and their ideas, and in the process, create beautiful stones. Every member of a team should ask themselves on a regular basis what they're doing for the team and what they can do for the team. No one is as good as being you as you. And each of us have something that we're really good at. That thing that comes easily to us and seems to amaze everyone else. That part is critical to our team reaching the goal and successfully completing the mission. If you are a leader of a team, you should know that it's the person at the top who either consciously or unconsciously sets the tone of the group. With that being said, the leader of the team has to first and foremost set the tone for collaboration to flourish within the team. You have to be confident in yourself and your own ability before you're willing to help another person. If you're insecure at all about your own ability, you can't help someone else feel good about themselves. The leader's main task is to get a team established on a good trajectory and then to make small adjustments along the way to help the members succeed, not to try to continuously manage team behavior in real time. No leader can make a team perform well. However, all leaders can create conditions that increase the likelihood that it will. And the passive follow the leader types of teams are destined to fail. Each member of a team brings something unique. They are unique in their gifts, ideas, and arguments. So leaders who embrace the process of the tumbling stones on their teams create more efficiency, better ideas, better problem solving, and ultimately better teamwork. And some leaders make the mistake of attempting to force their will on a team through aggression. However, being aggressive in an effort to force people to work harder has a counterproductive effect. What you should focus on instead is inspiring your team. If you want people to give 100% effort to a project, allow the opportunity for them to do what they do best to contribute to the success of the team. For example, if part of the team's goals is to publish videos on resiliency and you have someone on the team who has a background in production, is good at it, and is passionate about the vision, assign that person to the production team. It's really just as simple as that. In order to get the best efforts out of your team, you have to know what their strengths are and distribute assignments accordingly. Now I want to talk briefly about the millennial generation because they seem to get a bad rep in the workforce these days. I think the reason is just that the different working generations don't really understand each other's values and work ethic. Generally speaking, millennials are often described as being lazy and impatient. However, it could be that they've been born into a world where immediate gratification is the norm due to technological advances like the internet and even Netflix. Baby boomers, on the other hand, were born into a world where gratification was only earned through hard work and patience. The conditions under which each group grew up produced different work ethics and values, and there are advantages to both. I would like to point out that millennials are considered to be the most tech-competent generation. They're able to pick up on developments quicker, and they're able to multitask more than any other generation. Baby boomers, on the other hand, are the least tech-savvy generation. However, generally speaking, they're harder workers, team players, and regarded as excellent mentors. So one collaboration that I would like to encourage is pairing millennials with baby boomers. Millennials have the ability to easily assimilate technology into the daily processes of the job. And this is something that the older generations may have not had to do much of, but that has become immediately necessary and for many companies is the only way for them to stay in business right now. I'm talking about those Zoom and Teams meetings that have now become part of our daily routines due to the current health crisis. The wisdom and knowledge baby boomers possess remains critical to an organization's success, and adding the innovation and ability of the younger generation will only improve the organization's competitive advantage. Whether you're a team member or a leader of a team, I want to leave you with this. Keep an open mind. Strive to maintain a growth mindset because every single person has the ability to teach you something. Be willing to share your knowledge and collaborate. It's important now, probably more than ever, because we're all currently dependent on each other to survive. My name is Dimitri Collins, and if you'd like more information on this subject or to contact me, visit my website at tilfoundation.com. Be strong, be safe, and be resilient.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kate Tumulty-Felice. I want to thank Dimitri Collins for sharing with us today her expertise and insight regarding organizational leadership. There are some really great points that we can take away from today and give us more to think about and how to be a better leader and to work more effectively as a team. The role of collaboration is really important here. It helps us to increase both our personal growth and the growth of an organization. Growth, by its very nature, can also be really painful. It can be hard, it can be challenging. And resiliency talks about how we face challenges and bounce back from those challenges, often stronger than we were in the first place. When we think about that as a leader and as an organization, and when we go through periods of growth, those growths often come with bumps along the way, friction, noise, challenges, and adversity. The leader sets the tone of how we overcome and flourish in times of adversity, but also all the time in function as a team in working together. So the leader really sets the tone in developing a polished team that can work effectively together. As a leader, we have to focus on our role in increasing the resiliency of the entire team. We can do that by developing social support, as well as symbiosis both personally in our own leadership goals and role, and also as an organization, developing trust in that organization and the ability to work together both in challenging times and hopefully creating an environment where members of the team feel safe and trusted in asking for and accepting help in others. When we can build that, when we can come positively through growth and navigate the bumps along the way, we are able to flourish as a team. And that helps us not only help ourselves as a leader, but help those that we are leading and lead more effectively. Our goal here is to help you help yourself. And we do that when we work best and most optimally in ourselves and with the people around us. So thank you, Dimitri, for giving us such important takeaways and information to think about in terms of our own leadership and in those we serve. And it helps us do better. It helps us help others, which is our goal here with Resilient Minds on the Front Line. I thank you for your time today. Be safe, be healthy, be resilient. Thank you.
During the COVID-19 pandemic crisis, your mental health is vital. Please see the resources listed here as well as on our website at onthefrontlines.us. You are not alone.